I'm Kelly, and this is Kelly Hill Yoga, 30 Days of Yoga, day 30. We're here, we made it. It is the end of this 30 days of yoga, and hopefully by now this has become part of your life, your journey, being okay and super happy with asking yourself, telling yourself that you need some time to work on your mental and physical body, and knowing that it's okay to do so at the end of this 30 days. I hope you realize that it starts to emanate and kind of spill over into other aspects of your life. Yoga is a big whole picture, not just this what we do spend on the mat. It's a very beautiful philosophy that's about just having you be at one with your mind and your body, even if it's just 5 minutes a day. So today's practice is all about self-love and just knowing that it's okay to be here and be present with ourselves, because it just makes us super awesome and mega cool people. So when you are ready, come to a child's pose on your mat. So you can have your knees close together, far apart, or just kind of somewhere in between, big toes together, and then let's just fold the body over, arms out in front or at your sides in this child's pose, forehead rested on the mat. Start to become aware of your breath. And we'll just start out today by mentally telling ourselves to inhale and exhale. And just keep it that simple, almost like it's a metronome, and keeping your inhale the same length as your exhale. As we pull ourselves away from everything else that's going on in our lives, turn inward, build that inward positive energy, and send it to every corner of your body. Empower yourself with that breath. Feel the amazing accomplishment of making it to day 30 in this program. How powerful you should feel. How dedicated and disciplined you should feel. Embrace all of these feelings. And know that it's okay to think about yourself, to empower yourself. You did it. You made it. You did the work. You turned the video on, you hit play, you found your movement, you listened, you guided yourself through this journey. Now you're here, the other side. Gently rise up. We're going to come up onto the toes to get a nice stretch in the back of the feet, wake things up. If you need to stay down here, that's totally okay. Or if you want to come to easy pose in a seated position, that's okay too. This can be a little bit intense on the feet. So just wherever you can kind of find comfort. And we're just going to do a few rounds of cat-cow. So Arms up and overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms. And then we will open the arms wide as we inhale. Pull the chest forward. Exhale, roll through the back of the spine and reach forward. So really reaching with those fingertips, rounded through the spine. Inhale, open the arms up and out. Exhale, roll through the spine. Inhale, chest out, roll through the spine, drop the head back if you wish. And just do a few rounds on your own, feeling any little bits of movement you might still want to do. You do not have to keep it to this forward and back motion. You can take it from side to side if you like. Kind of dance-like, keeping this graceful and beautiful on this day 30 of this 30-day journey. Just waking things up, getting some movement. Last few rounds. And then come back to this neutral pose. If you were up on the feet, let's just release that. And if you want, you can kind of just pat your feet on the mat a little bit to release them if you have any little bits of unreleased tension. And then we are going to take the left arm out in front of us, very similar to what we did yesterday. And then we are going to come forward and just open up that left shoulder. Awesome. Switch sides, opening up the right side of the shoulder. If you want to, you can do what you did yesterday where we just stay up here, just grabbing the arm instead. If it's too intense for you to lean forward, that's okay too. Awesome. Release that. Take the hands behind the back. Pull the chest forward as you pull your hands away from the tailbone. Little baby back bend, waking up the front of the shoulders and the back. Exhale, release. Walk the hands forward, shift the hips up and back, downward dog. First downward dog of the day. Hello, calves. Mine are nice and tight. Walk it out if you need to. Straightening one leg, bending through the other, just getting everything up in the back sides of those legs nice and awake. Shift to the side, get a nice side stretch. Just find movement in this downward dog. Whatever you need to do to wake things up, especially if this is your first downward dog of the day, and it is for me, and holy moly, am I tight today. That's okay. That's what yoga's for, right? Release that tension. When you're ready, find stillness. One round of breath. Inhale, pull the hips up and back. Exhale, release any tension you might be holding in that neck. Inhale, generous bend in the knees. And let's just take a couple of steps, nice and slow, up to the top of the mat. Forward fold. We're going to hang out here for just a moment. Make sure that my microphone, my apologies, was not rubbing on my shirt. So nice, hanging out in this forward fold. You can have your arms hang down. Nice little generous bend in the knees or a little bend in the knees, whichever you want to do today. You can also grab both elbows and let gravity do the work. Rock side to side. Once again, if you want to kind of straighten one leg and bend through the other, that's okay too. In this 30 days, hopefully you found in different postures just kind of little wiggles and movement you might need to do to wake things up at the beginning of your practice. And it really, really becomes your own beautiful bit of a story you're writing. Like you get to create your own little tidbits, your own narrative. I'm just here to kind of guide you. When you're ready, if we're holding on to those elbows, we're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time, doing this as slow as you can possibly go. We don't want to have any head rushes. All the way up to a beautiful mountain pose. Roll the shoulders back, let the palms face forward. Really pull those fingers towards the earth, and you'll feel your shoulders really pull away from the ears. Imagine you're trying to get that tailbone to touch the earth as well. So really pulling it down in order to shift the pelvis forward. Start to create energy and build awareness at that nice space between your belly button and spine. Let's wiggle the toes to show that we're nice and grounded in all four corners of the feet. And push the earth away, and you'll feel this energy from the earth as you push into it. It'll give you this energy back, and it'll have everything squeeze up through the midline, all the way up through the crown of the head. That energy that we're getting back, those ground reaction forces. It really is a thing, I promise you. And then we'll inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, sit the hips back, chair pose. Staying here. Staying nice and strong. Keep holding, keeping that chest pulled forward, really sit back. In fact, let's drop a little lower. Building up some energy. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Crown of the head pulled forward, hands on the shins. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, arms up and overhead. Really stretch, find length. Palms to the chest. We're going to go through a couple of sun salutations. We learned these a few days ago. If this is your first time doing them, that's okay too. I'm going to guide you through it. So inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, push the hips back as you hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. Inhale, push that earth away from you. Exhale, bend the elbows, keeping them close to your side. Slowly lower all the way down. Inhale, hands under shoulders. Rise up to cobra, keeping those elbows nice and tucked into the chest. Chest pulled forward. Exhale, lower back down. Shift your hips up and back. Downward dog. Awesome. You're also more than welcome to skip the vinyasa part of a sun salutation. And the vinyasa is basically the lowering down and coming back to downward dog. And if you want, you can just totally meet in downward dog. Let's take a nice deep inhale, bend the knees, and let's try and take a hop to the front of the mat. So hop, and if you didn't make it all the way, that's totally okay. We'll meet in forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, arms up and overhead, really reaching. Exhale, palms to chest. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Ground the head pulled forward, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands, step back to plank. Inhale, push the earth away from you. Exhale, we're going to lower all the way down. Inhale, rise to locust. So chest and legs up off the ground, really squeezing those big toes together. Fingertips reaching for your feet. Exhale, release, slowly lower down. Shift your hips up and back to downward dog. Awesome. Nice and warmed up, really feeling that blood moving, feeling great. Let's inhale, reach the right leg up, bend the knee, and really try and get that knee lifted up to the sky in order to try and get that foot to touch your left glute. So knee lifted, foot trying to touch the left glute. Really opening up the hip. Just re-straightening that leg back to three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, knee to nose, slowly with control, and then gently step between the hands, runner's lunge. Setting up the feet, we're going to inhale and rise to crescent or high lunge. Really nice and strong, all through the back leg, hips nice and low, almost like you're sitting in your hips. Strong in that front leg, your knee is not too far forward. Arms up and overhead, really reaching, waking things up. And then we're going to do a couple of dynamic movements. So arms up and overhead, inhale. Exhale, shift your torso forward, almost like you're trying to get it to be in line with that back leg. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, arms behind you, reaching back, lean forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach those arms back, shift forward. Awesome. Last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior two. So back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat. Set your feet up. It's totally okay if you have to make adjustments. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. Really think about pulling that right knee to the front right edge of your mat, really opening up the hips. Relax those shoulders down and away from your ears. Once again, we're going to do another dynamic movement. So we will inhale, reach the arms up, palms together as you straighten in the front leg. So standing here, fingers pointed up towards the sky, front leg straight. Exhale, sink back to warrior two. Awesome. 2 more rounds. Inhale, straighten in that front leg, arms up and overhead. Exhale, back to warrior two. Last one. Inhale, straighten in that front leg. Exhale, back to warrior two. Awesome. Gently bring that right elbow to rest on that right knee and your left arm up and overhead for this side angle. Really feeling an awesome stretch in that whole left side body. Not dumping into that right elbow into that right knee. Staying nice and strong, creating space. Beautiful. Bring that left hand down to the mat, shifting up onto the back toes. Inhale, right arm reaches up for this runner's lunge with a twist. Right arm's really reaching up for the sky. If you want, you may take the gaze up to that right thumb or keep it down on the mat. Exhale, bring that right hand down and gently step back to downward dog. Let's just take a moment. Hang out here in this downward dog. Awesome. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Bend the knee. Try and get that left foot to touch the right glute as you're lifting that left knee up to heaven. Really lifting, opening up that left hip. Awesome. Re-straightening that left leg. Back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose with control, nice and slow. And then gently step between the hands. Staying high on those back toes. Inhale, rise to crescent. Sitting in this posture, arms are up and overhead. Really think about pulling that right hip forward. Left hip comes back. Let's do those dynamic shifts with the torso on this left side. So inhale, arms up and overhead still. Exhale, reach the arms back towards that back foot as you shift the torso forward into this leaning posture. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, shift forward, leaning. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Last time, shift forward, really reaching back. Beautiful. Arms back up and overhead. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Adjusting your feet. In fact, take a gaze down. Just making sure you're nice and aligned. And then sink into the posture. Strong down the side of that right leg. Left arm really reaching forward as your right arm reaches back. And then let's do that dynamic pose in this warrior two. Inhale, straighten in that front leg. Rise up, palms together. Exhale, sink back to warrior two. Inhale, rise. Straightening in that front leg. Exhale, back to warrior two. And then we will bend that left elbow, side angle, not dumping onto our knee, just really having that right arm reaching up and overhead as we try and get the chest to reach towards the sky. So really spinning it up, spiraling it up towards the sky. Awesome. Gently bring that right hand down to the mat, pivoting on that back foot so you're up on the toes again in this runner's lunge. Left arm reaches up, runner's lunge with a twist. Nice and strong in the legs. Shoot some energy down that back leg and out the heel. Exhale, bring that left hand down on the mat, and then we will step to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, arms up and overhead. Let's walk the feet together, heel toe them together. And then we will exhale, sink the hips back, really having like the zipper motion from the feet all the way up the midline. And then let's bring the palms to the chest. And then we will exhale, take the left elbow over to the outside of that right knee, chair twist. Gaze can stay on the ground if you'd like. Gently come back to center, reset, staying strong in those legs. Exhale, take it to the other side. Right elbow hooks on that left knee. Nice and twisted. Staying strong. back to center. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, release, fold forward. Awesome. Let's inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. Meet in downward dog or vinyasa of your choosing. I'm gonna go chaturanga to up dog. Last one of this 30-day program. And shift back to downward dog. Just stay here for one round of breath. And then let's gently come down to the knees and then a seated position. Let's keep the right leg bent, so the right foot will be at the left hip, and then the left foot is going to come on the outside of this right thigh. So if that was super confusing, just take a gander at what I'm doing in this cross-legged type posture. Inhale, right arm comes up, and exhale, gentle twist. Beautiful. Let's come back to center and then switch sides. Just being here ever so briefly. Just releasing any last little bits we have. So left foot on the outside, or right foot on the outside of the left thigh, and our left foot's at that right hip. Inhale, left arm goes up. Exhale, hook that elbow onto that right knee, reach that right arm back. Awesome. Gently unravel those legs. Let's come to lay on our back. Set the feet up for bridge pose. So about hip width apart. Hands are going to go above our head. Or if you want to keep them at your side, that's okay too. But if you want to change this up a little bit, we'll put the arms above the head. And then let's drive and rise up to bridge pose. Hanging out here, really squeezing at the top. Don't hold any tension in that neck. Slightly tuck the chin to release any tension that you might be holding there, keeping it nice and long, creating space. If you want, you can choose to stay here, squeezing everything to midline, or rise up onto the toes in this bridge. Still squeezing everything to midline. If this is too much on your knees, just stay with your feet flat on the mat. We're really hanging out here, still staying strong. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, gently release. Slowly roll down. Tailbone last to touch. Pull those knees into the chest. Let's grab the outsides of the feet. Drive your heels to heaven as you pull your feet to the earth. Happy baby. Our last happy baby of the 30 days. Last posture of the 30 days. And as always, you may choose to do any last little bits of movement here. Hopefully by now, with 30 days in, that you guys kind of have a favorite that you always feel like you need to add in. Just a last little bit of movement so you can feel some symmetry to your practice. Feel like you have that little bit that's yours, that little spin on it, some spices in this recipe. And then let's release the feet, straighten out the legs for our Shavasana, close out today's practice, close out this 30 days. Can't stop smiling. We are here. 30 days of yoga. Beautiful. Let's still be present in this moment though. Gently tuck those shoulders. Nice long neck. Let's take our feet a little bit wider today. And then just let your legs fall to the side. Palms can be down towards the earth or face the heavens, whichever you choose. But wherever you're at, start to feel relaxed with each breath. Release. And let that energy you created within this practice today, let it empower you, feed you with positive vibes, all those little vibrations and tidbits circulating the body right now. And let's start to melt it into the earth. Shavasana. Don't let your mind leave quite yet. Reel it back in. Just keep it simple. Normal breath. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, let's roll to one side or the other. Does not matter. Gently press up to seated. So we meet in this last easy pose of this 30 days. It's not going to be our last easy pose together though. I promise you there will be more after this. Bring the hands to the hearts as we show one last moment of grace and gratitude together. Thank you so much for spending these past 30 days with me, this practice today, for spending it with me. Your support and energy feeds me. As always, thank you so much for practicing with me. And please do not forget to hit that like button and comment below. Tell me everything that you loved and even stuff that you may not have liked in this 30 days. And have a fantastic day. Thank you as always. I love you.